All right, here we are, Impact and Influence Radio, right here on Opera. And today's broadcast is brought to you by Blinds of Sacramento, Sacramento's complete solution window covering experts. Give them a call, 916-790-8689 or blindsofsacramento.com. Now today, we've got we have somebody kind of returning. I mean, you were here, but you weren't here. You weren't on the schedule, but you were here. And you did steal the mic from Chuck. And
just for a second.
You know what was so funny about that is, Chuck is all back here,
Yeah.
and he's talking, and he's, nice and quiet and everything. And then I was like, you want to say something? He's like, yeah, give me the mic. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, wow. I'll try to tone it down a little bit. Yeah.
It was so funny. That recording was cracking me up. And then your phone starts ringing, and the kids came in here, and I'm just like, what is happening? I think that's what I love so much about this show, is that it's just so real and so raw.
Yeah.
And we're not trying to be anybody else. We're just us. So cool. We've got Theo Ross here from Freedom Equity Group. And we're going to be making life insurance fun today. And I think where we really want to start off is, who is Theo Ross?
Okay. I am retired, and I picked life insurance because I think it's a very important product for people to have. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of bells and whistles that we have now that we didn't have in the past. I mean, a friend of mine, Chuck, likes to use the big cell phones when they first came out versus the new cell phones, and how big of a difference it is. And the same thing applies to life insurance. Those old policies don't have no bells and whistles at all, and the newer ones, they do.
Now, there's still it's the word stigma is the word I'm looking for. There's still a stigma. I was going to call it stigmatism, but I was like, that's not going to work. There's a stigma on life insurance policies that they're predatory. And I always tell people, well, everything is predatory if you don't understand it.
Correct.
And personally, I like what Freedom Equity Group provides because I've been a client. I've been a customer of yours through Cherry Frame. Mm-hmm. And we had 3 index universal life policies with you guys. And during COVID, we got into a situation where we didn't know when our next paycheck was coming in. This is before the COVID relief money was going out. And we were sitting there trying to figure out, okay, we're putting all of this money into this, that, and the other. I've got to do something. And we ended up selling the policies back to you guys. And you gave us actually very reasonable money that allowed us to survive for 2 or 3 months until the COVID relief fund, the money came in. And then, of course, everyone got paid to just stay home for a year.
Right.
It was a weird time. But the point is when you don't understand the access to the tools, then yes, it's predatory.
Yes.
And you guys have a very sound product.
And that's a very good way to put it, access to the tools. That's what we need to get out to the people, the new tools that are available to them.
So talk to me about these policies. Talk to me about, are there different types of living benefits from Index Universal Life? Are there different types of policies, or is that really the go-to?
Those are automatic riders.
Okay.
That you get with one of FFG's IUL products. In fact, all their products actually. And how they work is that you
thinking.
Yes, I'm thinking because there's certain conditions that you have if you can't do 2 of the functions that are necessary for life, take a bath, cook your food, that type of stuff. Or if you come down with a critical injury, a burn, or if you are diagnosed that you're not going to live for the next 2 years, you could actually access 90% of your benefit to use now.
My understanding is if you've got some sort of debilitating circumstance, meaning you can't go to work, you've got cancer.
Right. That's one of them.
You've got, there was a couple of others.
Lou Gehrig's.
Yes. But you can still function, but your life is debilitated.
A stroke.
Yes. You can get, I think it was like 40 to 60% of the living benefit.
Actually, I think it's up to 80% depending upon your condition. Yeah.
And then and that's the living benefit.
That's the living benefit.
And so essentially my understanding is how that works is that is your life insurance policy. You're taking a loan from it, so it's tax-free. And within that, they're charging interest on the back end of the loan.
That's a little different. You get your living benefit. You don't have to pay that back.
Okay.
Of course, it reduces your
what's going to happen when you pass.
Right.
Okay.
But you don't have to pay it back. That's yours to do whatever you want to do.
So I'm referring to pulling the loan out at you have a certain threshold point, whether it's 15 or 20 or 30 years, whatever you've set up, and you're building. So it's indexed, right? And so it's building value, and you can borrow from that
and you can borrow from that tax free, and we call that being your own banker.
Okay.
In fact, Walt Disney.
Yes, that's right.
Together, the Disney here in California with money that he had in an IUL.
And so, again, it's one of those things where, is it worth your investment? I'm looking at it from a perspective of, well, you can get a life insurance policy that's a term life, and you can get $25,000 or $10,000, and you pay your $20 a month, and your term is 10, 15, 20, 25 years. But if you live exceeding that, you've thrown your money away. It's gone.
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah. Whereas with this, you have your, I think our payment was $67 a month, and we had a $100,000 policy.
Okay.
And so it's $67 a month. It's not only the life insurance policy, meaning if something happens to you tomorrow or next week or next month, whoever the beneficiary is getting that $100,000. That's a pretty darn good investment, in my opinion. First of all, the second side of that is when it comes time for you to start pulling cash from it. I think that was at around the 25-year mark, something along those lines. When you when you did the math, if $67 a month, $67 a month, $67 a month, $67 a month, all the way down, and by the time you're able to pull cash out of that, your $67 a month still doesn't equate to the amount of investment that you have available to borrow from.
Because of the indexing.
Because of the indexing. Yeah. It's completely foolproof, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is.
Completely foolproof.
Absolutely.
And people will tell you all day long that, it's a predatory product. Tell me where. Tell me one place that it's predatory. I would love to hear this.
Yeah. There is no. It's not.
It's not.
No.
It is 100% not predatory because it's not a term, and it's guaranteeing when you pass away that it's protecting your family.
It's actually an asset. So the mindset with people has to change. Most people look at that as if it's a expense, but it's not an expense. It's just like owning your home. You can pull money out of it. Mm-hmm. You can do different things with it. You can pull money out to buy a car, for education, fix up your house.
At what point were you able to pull that money out? Is that based on the policy?
Usually 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Once you build enough cash value after 3 years, I think you're able to pull money out. Of course, you have to put that money back in. If you don't,
you're paying interest on it.
Yes. Mm-hmm. You're paying interest on it.
Mm-hmm. And see, I think that's where people are like, yeah, well, I'm paying interest on my own money. No, dude. You're still getting the life insurance policy in the back end of this
thing. And oftentimes the indexing, you continue to have the indexing, so you're paying it with the money that's been indexed.
No, it's crazy. Okay, so I was going to ask you, so what do you do? What got you into this business?
I was looking for something to do after retirement, and I thought, this is a good deal, helping people out. I like to talk to people and stuff like that. And so we went to my sister's house, and just to train, and she was so excited about it. she started crying. She got so emotional about it, and of course she went on and did an IUL. And when I saw all the emotion in her and people in her position, I said, I think this is something that I can do.
I met a sheriff that was retiring, and so I used to sit at Starbucks. That's actually how I got into the radio business. So somebody approached me from Starbucks. They had heard my voice and said, "You should be in radio." And so, one of those things. It's where I met my wife. It's where I proposed to my wife. Is at Starbucks. My whole damn life is at Starbucks. And so, I meet this sheriff one day, and you get to know the same faces over and over, and you're sitting at Starbucks for 6 or 8 months every single day getting your work done. You start to see the regulars, and you just get into conversation with people. And so one day the sheriff comes in, he goes, "So what do you do?" And I'm telling him what I'm working on, building Opera, this platform that we have today. This is, again, before the radio days. And so he goes, obviously you're a sheriff. He goes, "Yeah, I'm retiring. I got about 6 more months." I said, what do you plan on doing? He goes, "I'm going to open an ice cream shop." And I started laughing at him. I literally was just like, "What?" It's like, you're going to open an ice cream shop. I can just imagine this. I mean, this guy was huge and had covered in tattoos. He must have been like 6'4", and he was like 4 feet wide. I mean, just a huge man.
Yeah.
I mean, just massive. And I mean, he was like an NFL linebacker on steroids. He was nuts. He was huge. And I'm like, "You're going to open an ice cream shop." And I can just imagine this moment. I mean, it was just almost like on Corky Romano with the mobster handing the kid the ice cream, and so I guess, "So why an ice cream shop?" He goes, "Because I spent my entire life making people unhappy. Now I want to make people happy." And I went, "Holy crap."
Wow.
Enough that 15 years later, I'm still telling this story. I don't know if he ever opened his ice cream shop. I'm sure his retirement income more than sufficed to do that. But the reason why I'm telling the story is that you're seeing your sister and you're seeing the happiness, and you're like, "I want to give more of that."
Right. Absolutely.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I do what I'm doing. That's the only reason any of us should be doing anything, is because it makes people happy and it helps each other.
Absolutely. I agree with you totally.
What do you love apart from that? Why are you so passionate about this product though? Because you can make people happy with other products. I mean, you could sell scarves to Eskimos.
It's helping families protect what they have. That right there is something I'm pretty passionate about, and really those living benefits. I think those things are great.
I remember that.
I mean, there's so many things. The indexing.
Yeah.
It's we have someone that calls it the Swiss Army knife because it does so many things.
That's what Jerry used to call it.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. No, it reminds me when my nephew was born. And so the first thing I did is I called Cherry and I said, "I need to get an IUL for my nephew. You have to wait until he's 10 days old." "Okay, let's do it." Day 10, she calls me. Boom, we get the policy. Now he's got college fund.
Great.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see how easy that is?
Yeah.
For what, $45 a month or something?
Right.
Tell me where the risk is, guys.
It just takes a plan. You need to have a plan.
Tell me where the risk is. Yeah. You tell me where the risk is, and I'll shut this recording off right now, and we'll call it a day. I don't see any risk.
Nope, not coming from me. You won't hear it.
Well, no. I mean, again, I'm talking to the audience. It's just like, I mean, seriously. What type of clients are you looking for? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for young families who are just starting out in life. Maybe a kid or two, bought a house, have some expenses that they want to protect.
Protect that, and then at the same time, the college fund. B, the kids getting their car at 16. C, what happens with you have a mortgage.
Right.
You owe $400,000 on this mortgage. What's going to happen when the kid is 22 years old and you get into a car accident, and now you're leaving that kid with all of that burden? He's got to not only put you in the ground and memorialize you and handle all of the others, but now he's got to worry about that mortgage payment. And so now you're getting that that life insurance policy, and
Yeah.
you can either pay that mortgage off or pay that mortgage down, or at least cover the expenses until you can figure out what you're going to do.
And in the case where you live, there's you can supplement your retirement, so it covers you both ways.
Yeah, yeah. You know, this is what I loved so much about the reverse mortgages. Is people say the same thing. Reverse mortgage is predatory. It's a wonderful product to the right people.
Exactly.
To the right people.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful product. I had this lady one time, she called and she had this house with a broken window and a leaky roof, and she couldn't refinance the house to get the house fixed. And so, because you wouldn't appraise with FHA unless she had the money. And yeah, she could pull that equity out, but you still have to get everything approved. And so what we ended up doing is we put her on a reverse mortgage with a contingent that $15,000 would immediately come off of the front end of that mortgage to pass the appraisal to get the work done. And so all of the work the necessary work got done, but not only that, she was getting like $900 a month from the equity in the home to help supplement her Social Security income. Mm-hmm. So now she can afford all of the necessaries that she need, live a little bit more comfortably. And the argument is, oh, well, her interest rate was like 8 or 9% or something. Yeah, but she's only pulling $900 a month off of $600,000 in equity. Mm-hmm. You know, if she lives 15 years or 10 years, which she probably wouldn't live that long. But long story short, when she does pass, the family can then, they have, what was it, like 12 or 24 months, something along those lines. Maybe it was 12 months to figure out exactly what to do with the house. They could buy the house back, and then they're only going to buy the house back for what the balance is on that mortgage. Mm-hmm. And so it saved mom. It gave mom everything that she needed, and it protected the family. And then the family they can sort out, do we want to sell the house? And if they decide to sell the house, they can. But the bank's not going to come and take the house.
Yes.
The bank, she had higher risk of the bank coming and taking the house as it currently stood,
right,
because she couldn't afford the property taxes.
Right.
You know, it's crazy. It's just crazy stuff. I love this. Talk to me one more time. I mean, I want to start to wrap, but talk to me one more time about the living benefit and how does this work? How does one get started with you? What should people expect for the process?
Well, we start out by him filling out this form. In the form,
qualifying questions.
Yeah, yes. And then once we fill out the form, we can see where they are financially. Mm-hmm. And then once we see where they are financially, they can then start to talk about product.
I want to segue a little bit. I love the product. But what I want to do is I want to learn a little bit more about you. And we were getting into a conversation before your nervousness on the mic. It's okay.
Yes.
We were getting into this fun conversation about my Eagle Poppy Ridge idea.
Yeah.
And you were getting into you were having this really deep finance conversation. And we were like, you know what? Let's save this for the radio. But you like my idea of the Eagle Poppy Ridge.
Yes, I do.
Why do you like this so much?
Because it's created. It's your creation. It's like art. You know, it's your canvas. And you're going to let everybody see Poppy, what's it called?
Eagle Poppy Ridge.
Poppy Ridge. Uh-huh. And I was watching the Beverly Hillbillies. And Mr. Drysdale was trying to put together Jed and this woman that had all this money. I can't think of her name right now. Uh-huh. But she had a very similar idea, uh-huh. right? But she didn't want to spend her own money on it. She wanted to spend other people's money on it. And when you were talking about that, I thought about that, you know.
And so what I see with you is exactly the same thing. You're trying to connect people. You've got Freedom Equity Group that has the tools and the financials necessary to help these people. Mm-hmm. And you're trying to connect those people. You're connecting the two dots.
Right.
And that's where your heart is. And that's your
Correct.
Art. That's what you're doing.
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm doing. You know, I want to be a matchmaker. Okay?
He's never been a man that like me. I could talk all day long. He's a quiet one, isn't he?
No, he's not.
He's not a quiet one.
Like you said, I think he's just a little nervous, maybe.
That's it. I did, yeah.
Oh man. Well, let's do this. Can I have you back again? I think it would be very important if you came back multiple times to get you more comfortable. Continue to get you.
That sounds like a good idea.
Get you.
Yeah.
You know, you're unfamiliar with the territory of being in front of a mic, and what I love about what I do is we introduce people to them being uncomfortable. We're pulling people out of their comfort zones.
Yeah.
You're sitting here, I'm putting you on the spot. I hate being on that side of the mic.
You know, I don't mind.
I hate it.
Because I need to know what it's all about. I was telling my wife I didn't study up on anything.
But you don't want to. Because your audience is going to ask you questions. You know, when you're sitting down with somebody, you're not going to want to say, you know what, let me look into that. You're going to be real. You're going to be honest. And that's what you've been here today. That's exactly what we want. But what I want you to do is I want to continue to pull you out of your comfort zone to make you sharper, to make you better for what's to come. Because the next time somebody says, hey, I want you to get on the radio show, jump at it.
Yeah.
Do it. Absolutely. Was it you that I sent the text to, or was it Chuck?
Me.
It was you?
Yeah.
And you thought I was a scammer?
Yeah, exactly. That's why that text back and forth. Who is this guy? You know?
Oh, my God.
I know there's a trick in this someplace.
No.
You know?
No. We just do our thing. You know, either work with us or don't, but you still get your radio spot.
Yeah.
I know there's still some good people in this world.
Yeah, that's refreshing. That's nice to know, too. Yeah.
Seriously, I get nothing out of this other than, you know, I have an opportunity to pitch you, but if you don't, you know, I mean, you're working with us in one regard or another either way, right?
Yes.
Because you're going to take the recording and you're going to promote it and do what you're going to do with it. But yes, it is 100% a service to the community. This program, absolutely. We do not get paid for this at all, not even the slightest. We don't even get monetization revenue out of this. Like, you know, YouTube monetized or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
We make no money on the show. Absolutely not. So, hey, I want to thank you so much for being here. Theo Ross, 916-217-9389. 916-217-9389. Theodis, Theodis, Ross.freedomequitygroup.com. Hey, I want to thank you again for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, dude.
Right.
You know what I love about this recording, as much as it is the last recording, is how real and honest it is. And I could easily cut out the moments where you're thinking and stuff. Right. I could cut all that out. But the point is, when you leave it, it shows authenticity. And that sells a hell of a lot better than having all of the answers. I'm telling you right now. When people... And the other side of it is if there's ever a point, this is a Rush Limbaugh trick. If there's ever a point where you feel like you're losing your audience, quit talking, because it allows you to recalibrate, and now the audience recalibrates with you, and because now they're hearing dead air and they start to listen again. Oh, it's a very important thing. So again, if I cut all of that out, we lose that realness. Versus keeping it in there, and it shows exactly who you are, which is wonderful people. Wonderful, wonderful people. So thank you so much for being here, brother.
Thank you.
Theo Ross, 916-217-9389. I want to thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.